Welcome to TV20 News in 2025. I'm Dan Monroe. Coming up on today's news, we'll take a closer look at the Rape Crisis Center in Cleveland and how it supports women affected by this horrible crime. Then, a new health survey is being launched in the city of Cleveland to collect vital information about the health challenges and strengths within our city's neighborhoods. And finally, I sat down with Lieutenant Mike Norman of the Cleveland Division of Fire to learn about mistakes you make at home that can send out the fire trucks and how you can prevent them. But first, the Cleveland Division of Police recently held a 3-day expedited hiring event, and TV20 cameras were there to document everything. Hundreds of people, each hoping to join the Cleveland Division of Police, came to Cleveland City Hall for day one of the police's 3-day expedited hiring event. But showing up is just the first part. To be considered to enter the police academy, Cleveland Police Commander Mark Maguth says applicants need to go through a 3-step process.
So we're hosting a hiring event that begins at City Hall. You'll complete some steps there. Once you're completed, you'll come over to Public Auditorium where you'll do the physical fitness assessment and the checkout process. This is the first step we have here at Cleveland City Hall, where you're going to complete the application and the written examination. So this is the second step. Once you're completed at City Hall, you'll come over here and you'll complete the physical fitness assessment, which is push-ups, sit-ups, and a 1.5-mile run. This is the final step here at the Public Auditorium. Once you've passed the written, physical, and background check, you'll receive a preconditional letter of hire. We look forward to guiding you through the process where you'll start the academy hopefully in April.
Commander Maguth said there are many benefits to becoming a Cleveland police officer.
So we're welcoming people obviously to the division. The starting salary, we have an increased top pay, a little over $84,000 a year. We offer 12-hour shifts, over 50 specialized units. We also offer a $5,000 hiring bonus. We also offer paid parental leave. There's a lot of things that we're offering as a division.
For more information on this or other careers within public safety, visit the City of Cleveland's website at clevelandohio.gov. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month in the city of Cleveland, and health reporter Richard Stewart sat down with Nicole McKinney-Johnson, president and CEO of the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center, to discuss how the center can help victims of this terrible crime.
In health news today, many of you may not be aware that January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And to discuss that, we are joined by Nicole McKinney-Johnson. She's Chief Executive Officer of the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why is Human Trafficking Awareness Month so important to the Rape Crisis Center of Greater Cleveland?
It is one of the, unfortunately, often hidden crises that we have in our city. And so it brings awareness in January to let the city know that, unfortunately, we have this huge epidemic that is happening, and it gives our city visual and steps to do to prevent this from happening moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And talk about the new medical suite that's coming into the Rape Crisis Center, a drop-in center.
Absolutely, we are so excited. We've partnered with the centers, and so it is literally a medical suite in our drop-in center where our clients can come in and get the services that they need at no cost to them at all.
And why is that so important to the survivors of human trafficking? What does it do for them?
It gives them a space of comfort and assurance that they're getting treatment without judgment. We understand that it's sometimes an unsafe space for them to go into, you know, an ER or an urgent care type of facility where we have professionals that are sensitive to their needs. They are giving them resources and availabilities that they couldn't maybe not afford anywhere else. And then it's that 360 circle round experience and opportunities for them to just feel like they're in a safe environment.
So explain to our viewers how the new medical suite, along with the drop-in center, is a huge resource for survivors.
This is one of a kind. This is the first in the agencies that has happened with this. This was something that has been going on for a very long time, and so we're super excited that we're able to really launch this medical suite. But it gives the survivors the opportunity to be in a safe space to get all of the resources and medical attention that they need. And it also empowers the families that support them through this, that they have that space and availability to do so.
So Tell us how community members, ordinary people, can get involved during Human Trafficking Awareness Month and help out.
They can go on our website, clevelandrapecrisis.org. They can go on, they can call our hotline. We're 24 hours, 7 days a week. They can talk to any of our licensed and skilled team members, and they will be able to direct them into those resources.
And share with us if there's an opportunity to lessen the stigma around reporting sexual assaults and rapes because of the resources available at the Crisis Center.
Having these crucial conversations and being in rooms where people are unfamiliar with human trafficking. What I've learned in this experience by being in this role less than 6 months is that there are a lot of misconceptions of human trafficking, and they feel like there's a certain demographic that they're targeting or hitting, and that is simply not the case. And so having a month dedicated that we can educate and empower is key, and bringing people into rooms and having conversations where maybe it wasn't welcome before, it impacts everyone more than what people tend to think. It is something that unfortunately also is growing within our city. We work along with the City of Cleveland Task Force, and unfortunately we have huge amounts of people that are involved in human trafficking. We've had a lot of success stories also that we've been able to do to remove them from that, but it takes everyone to learn about what human trafficking is and how it really impacts our city.
Nicole, thanks so much for joining us and sharing this valuable information with the public.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Go to the Rape Crisis Center website for more information. She's Nicole McKinney-Johnson, CEO of the Rape Crisis Center of Greater Cleveland, and I'm health reporter Richard Stewart. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Richard, for that very important and informative story. Hey, I have a programming reminder for you. Be sure to check out Sheltering Hope, a compelling TV20 special highlighting the City of Cleveland's A Home for Every Neighbor initiative. This program shares inspiring stories of resilience, showcasing how formerly unhoused individuals are finding stability and a fresh start through the city's efforts to provide stable housing and renewed hope. Don't miss this powerful look at transformation and community impact. You can watch the full special on TV20 or anytime on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. We'll be back with more TV20 news right after this.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
Hello, I'm Michelle Princeton, and I'm a licensed social worker working for the Social Support Service Unit out of the Mayor's Office of Prevention Intervention Opportunities for Youth and Young Adults. The City of Cleveland has demonstrated a long-term commitment to residents working to create safe spaces in our neighborhood resource and recreation centers where families can access free resources and support services. We are committed to working together with families and other community providers to identify and help families who are struggling to achieve a better quality of life. To access the social support services, leave a message at 216-664-2223 and a team member will return your call. Our work includes referring individuals to appropriate services such as medical, hospital-related, long-term counseling, public assistance, veterans benefits, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, housing assistance, Head Start, and student loans. We also provide support and guidance for youth and young adults in addressing stigmatization, scapegoating, labeling, bullying, substance abuse, and unhealthy relationships. Once again, to access social support services, leave a message at 216-664-2223 and a team member will return your call. Thank you.
Cleveland, we're listening. The Cleveland Division of Air Quality values your voices, your concerns, stories, and ideas. We're using them to help shape an important update to the city's air pollution rules. In January, we invite you to attend informational meetings to learn more about the updated Air Code. These meetings are an opportunity for you to share your thoughts, provide feedback, and submit written comments. Join us in January, make your voice heard, and help make a difference in the health of our community. Together, we can create cleaner air for Cleveland.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. The Cleveland Health Survey is launching with the mission to better understand the health and well-being of residents across Cleveland neighborhoods. It's a collaborative effort between the Cleveland Department of Public Health and the Prevention Research Center for Healthy Neighborhoods at Case Western Reserve University. As our TV20 health reporter Richard Stewart explains, the survey aims to shape programs and policies that meet the city's most pressing health needs.
The Cleveland Health Survey is more than just a questionnaire. It's a critical tool to collect vital information about the health challenges and strengths within Cleveland's neighborhoods. Officials say the results will help design better services and policies tailored to the community's needs.
I see this survey as being vitally important. We really rely on data to figure out what our programs are, how we staff our teams, the kinds of services we are building out. To me, this is one version of listening to the voice of the community.
Dr. Marugu, a leader in public health, says the survey will also help answer bigger questions about Cleveland's health outcomes.
How come we have all of these clinical services? How come we have all these hospitals and healthcare providers and yet have such poor outcomes? That's a little bit of a paradox, and I think we need this kind of information to be able to answer that paradox.
The survey collects data on critical issues such as social determinants of health and substance abuse, key factors identified by researchers like Stephanie Pike Moore.
We're capturing some of the key metrics that our partners and us have identified as key factors that our own work focuses on. So things like social determinants of health, tobacco and cannabis use. So folks like the Cleveland Department of Public Health have put a lot of work into addressing the city's high rates of tobacco use, and we want to be able to measure that impact of that work.
The Cleveland Health Survey is your chance to make a difference. Organizers encourage everyone to participate and contribute to shaping a healthier, more sustainable Cleveland.
Community members like Rahman Weaver feels that the survey gives residents a chance to make their voices heard and an opportunity to influence real change.
It's just like voting. You live in society, and if you don't let your voice be heard, it's hard to cry about the outcomes. So at least speak your piece, speak your truth, and at least you can give yourself an opportunity to impact in a positive way.
It's so important because it will help us inform policy decisions. In my role, we do advocacy at the state level and local level. So we usually use the stats to pretty much determine how it informs policy. And it's also important to create interventions as well.
Organizers stress the importance of participation, even comparing it to a civic duty.
It's really important that all of us, it's similar to voting. It's something we have to participate in, whether or not, we feel the end result is what we voted for. Still, I think it's really important. Participation is super important.
The Cleveland Health Survey is a rare opportunity for residents to directly influence the city's health policies, programs, and resource allocation.
At the end of the day, you want the people who are in charge of the resources, the people who are in charge of the policies. You want the people who have the ability to make change, have the best information available to them.
For TV20, I'm health reporter Richard Stewart.
Thanks, Richard. Now, before we head to break, I want to talk to you about a new show airing here on TV20. It's called Welcome to Our Ward, and this month we're shining a spotlight on Ward 14. Join us as we explore the vibrant neighborhoods, local businesses, and cultural landmarks that make this area unique. Plus, hear from Councilwoman Jasmine Santana about her vision for the community. Don't miss it right here on TV20 or anytime you like on the TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Kupchak. Are you a small Cleveland minority or female business in the Cleveland market? Did you know the City of Cleveland offers certification for small minorities and female-owned business entities? The Mayor's Office of Equal Opportunity, also known as OEO, is the Contractor Certification and Contract Compliance Department of the City of Cleveland. Cleveland is committed to promoting and protecting the opportunity for small minority-owned and female-owned contractors to participate in city contracting. The Mayor's Office of Equal Opportunity certifies contractors in 3 main categories that is based on ownership and control, location, and capability. If ownership is at least 51% female or minority, and your business is located in Cuyahoga, Geauga, Lake, Lorain, Medina, Portage, or Summit County, you may be eligible for a minority or female business enterprise certification. If your headquarters is in Cuyahoga County and you are a small business, you may be eligible for a Cleveland Small Business Certification. As a certified contractor, your company profile will be added to our online registry. The registry is a current list of certified businesses and is utilized by the City of Cleveland and its partners searching for minority, female, and small business subcontractors. The application process requires 8 essential documents. Certification is good for 2 years. Applying is easy and is done all electronically online at cleveland.diversitycompliance.com.
Cleveland Public Library is the People's University. As the center of learning for a diverse and inclusive community, Cleveland Public Library is much more than books. Our vision is to put opportunity within reach and empower people. We are a free resource for people of all ages and all abilities. From kindergartners learning to read, to teens discovering career paths, to adults and seniors pursuing new hobbies and interests. The library has something for everyone and offers a world of possibilities for you to discover and unlock. Visit Cleveland Public Library and access free programs and services in arts and culture, social services, literature, technology, family and education, and much more. Learn more at cpl.org and start your story with us at the People's University.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Recently, I sat down and spoke with Lieutenant Mike Norman, the Public Information Officer for the Cleveland Division of Fire, and we spoke about some tips you can use to help prevent emergencies that may lead you to having to call the fire department. Okay, and joining me right now is Lieutenant Mike Norman, the Public Information Officer with the Cleveland Division of Fire, and we're talking about some tips you can use during this cold winter months to stay safe. Mike, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
So, within winter, what are some of the 3 big calls that may come into the fire department?
So we never know what's coming in the winter, but I predict this winter in Cleveland we're going to have bad weather and good basketball. Mm-hmm. So related to the bad weather, we're going to see an increase in motor vehicle accidents. We're going to see an increase in fires, a lot of them caused by people trying to stay warm. And we see an increase in carbon monoxide responses as well.
Okay. Well, let's look at driving first. What are some things people should know before they head out on the road when we know that there's big, bad weather coming in?
Well, know that you need more time. You're going to drive slower. It's going to take more time for you to prepare your car. Hopefully your car is ready for the winter with good tires. Keep at least a half a tank of gas in your vehicle. And then you want to make sure you clean off all the windows and all the mirrors. Make sure you can see. This is a good time to invest in wiper blades and washer fluid. Make sure that you can continue to see out those windows and just be ready. Give yourself more time in the winter months because it's going to take you longer to get where you're going.
You know, and some people even prepare even a safety kit in the car. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have some warm clothing in the car, maybe a blanket, some food. You know, you just never know when you might get stuck on the roadway. So it's good to have a shovel on board, maybe some sand, salt, gravel, something. If you do get stuck, you can dig yourself out. You can give yourself a little traction. Worst case scenario, you can use the mats in the car actually to put them under the tires if you get stuck. But hopefully people will take their time and not get stuck this winter.
Now, with winter being so cold, therein lies problems with heating your house. Talk about some mistakes people make and what they can do better.
Well, one of the common culprits that we have are space heaters, electric space heaters. The key with space heaters is they need space. You want to make sure there's 3 feet of clearance around the space heater. Remember that space heater, it may cycle off. If it gets the room up to temperature, it may turn off and then turn back on. So if you're leaving the house, you want to make sure that's turned off, or even better, unplug it. And with a space heater or any heat-producing appliance, you never want to plug them into an extension cord and never into a power strip. Those want to be plugged directly into the wall. So that's a space heater, that's your refrigerator, coffee maker, microwave, anything that has a big electrical draw like that, plug that directly into hopefully a grounded outlet.
Okay. Talk about our gas furnaces. A lot of houses have gas furnaces. Right. Making those winter ready.
Yeah, hopefully people have had a certified technician check and make sure that their gas furnace is good to go. Those aren't a common source of fires, but they can be a source of carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure that the venting for the gas furnace, as with your gas-powered, gas-fueled hot water tank, make sure that those are venting directly to the outside, and those fumes aren't going to build up inside the house.
In a lot of old houses too, they have active working fireplaces. That can be a fire hazard too, can it?
They can certainly be a fire hazard anytime you have a fire inside of your house, and they can also be a source of carbon monoxide. Anything that you burn, whether it's firewood, whether you're burning the fumes from your exhaust in your car, you never want to warm your car up in the garage, because those exhaust fumes can come into the house and cause a CO emergency.
Yeah, you know, my parents have a fireplace in their house too, and they always have a gate, a glass gate in front of it to keep the little kids from going in and preventing from embers from flying out and starting a fire too.
Right. So though you want to keep children and pets away from those fireplaces.
Now you mentioned carbon monoxide. That is a big call probably for a majority of the calls you get can be about carbon monoxide. What exactly is carbon monoxide?
So carbon monoxide it comes from combustion. So whether you're burning gas for your furnace and your hot water tank, a fireplace, your car, like I mentioned, those are all going to create carbon monoxide. And we see an increase in carbon monoxide runs because our houses are sealed up in the wintertime, and we're running that furnace more often. So you want to make sure that the signs of carbon monoxide poisoning, they mimic the flu but without the fever. So you're going to have headache, loss of consciousness, altered consciousness, you're going to have dizziness, nausea, vomiting, those types of things. And if the whole family is experiencing that, that can be a trigger for us to consider that there may be a carbon monoxide emergency.
Well, if the whole family is experiencing this, what is the first thing they should do? Is it call 911, or should they get out to open fresh air?
Yeah, you want to get to fresh air. That's the best thing to do, and make sure you're calling 911. That is an emergency. Mm-hmm. We encourage people to have a carbon monoxide detector in their house. That's a great investment for your family. In fact, it's something that the Cleveland Division of Fire is providing now for Cleveland residents. And that's an important thing to protect your family from carbon monoxide.
Yeah, that's an important program that you just launched. I think it was last year. Talk about that. How does that program work? What's available?
Yeah, it's been a priority for Chief Luke since he became chief of the department. We have got a grant fund for some combination carbon monoxide smoke alarms, and then we're actually working in partnership with the Western Reserve Fire Museum, the Fire Museum over by the Guardian Stadium. They're collecting money to buy more carbon monoxide smoke alarms, combination carbon monoxide smoke alarms. Those are being distributed along with our normal smoke alarm program through the number 216-361-5535. The American Red Cross provides the smoke alarms, but we're also putting in one combination alarm, because you don't need as many carbon monoxide alarms in your house, but we want to make sure everybody has at least one.
And I understand you're also accepting donations to purchase more of these carbon monoxide detectors. Where can they go for that?
Right, so the website is www.wrfmc.com. And that's the Western Reserve Fire Museum's website. There's a button right on there where you can make a donation. There's a QR code there as well. So it's something that we're trying to get out to we've already collected over $1,000 towards that program, hoping people will continue. I know the holiday season is over, but if you're still in a giving mood, this is a great way to help protect people.
And once again, it's so important. That phone number, if someone watching needs a smoke detector or one of those combo carbon monoxide detectors, what's that phone number one more time?
216-361-5535. That's Operation Save a Life. That's from the American Red Cross. But those are free smoke alarms and free combination alarms that are installed by Cleveland firefighters. been a really successful program for us, saved a lot of lives.
Lieutenant Mike Norman, thank you so much for being here again. The final message, would you say, just be prepared, and a little bit of common sense can go a long way.
Yeah, nobody anticipates that they're going to be in a motor vehicle accident. They don't anticipate that there will be these problems, but these issues are going to come up, so just be mindful, be ready, and stay safe this winter.
All right, Mike, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan.
Wow, that's some great information from Lieutenant Norman indeed. You know, as we embrace this new year, let's take a moment to check in on our neighbors and loved ones, especially during these colder months. A simple phone call, knock on the door, or shoveling of a driveway can really make a big difference, helping ensure that everyone in our community is safe and well. Hey, we are here constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.